All right, now that it is 10:30, welcome everybody to our Stretch with the Leader today. We have Lin Butterfield. Lin, I'm going to turn the time over to you. Please introduce yourself, your role here at Intermountain, share your Be Well moment, and then when you're ready, you can turn the time back to me and I will go ahead and lead our stretch.
I'm talking away on mute. Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. First, I just want to say I'm thrilled to be here. So as Rebecca mentioned, my name's Lin Butterfield, our AVP of Project Management, and I oversee the Enterprise Project Management for Intermountain Health. We're a group of just over 60 caregivers, and we manage, lead, and support our organization's highest priority projects. Just to give you a feel for what that means, we're of course involved in the Epic journey, which I don't know about you all, but I'm excited and anxious about that coming so soon. We are working on the new future pediatric hospital in Nevada and involved with lots of efforts to expand proactive care this year. A little bit about my journey. I started working for Intermountain in 2004, and during my career, I've been a pharmacist. I worked in DTS, or our IT department, for a decade, and then about 2 years ago, I shifted into my project management role. Today, for my Be Well moment, I would like to talk to you about two topics that are near and dear to my heart and help me kind of direct how I want to live my life day to day. The first relates to opportunities, and the second is about time. So first, to start with opportunities, I'm going to share some advice that my mother shared with me when I was young that really has been life-changing. My mom worked for Intermountain Health for over 40 years and is, I think, my greatest role model. And when I got my very first job with Intermountain 20 years ago when I was young, she gave me advice that really was career-changing. She told me that I would be presented with countless opportunities at work and in life, but that it was up to me to recognize those opportunities as opportunities and also to have the courage to say yes. She explained in her experience, opportunities often look like extra work or work that you don't know how to do, and that it's really easy to miss them as opportunities, and that recognizing those and saying yes would really be what opened the door to my career to learn, grow, develop. Over the last 20 years working here, I can attest that I've had countless scenarios where I've been asked to do something, and my very first inclination is to say something like, "I'm sorry, I haven't been trained to do that," or I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that. When I feel those responses coming, I really take a purposeful pause and think to myself, hold on, might this be an opportunity? And could I say yes? And inserting that purposeful pause and thinking through those has really allowed me to change my response many times to, yes, with some guidance or support, I can figure that out and do that for you. And that's been really career changing. So I share this in hopes that if you aren't already looking for those hidden opportunities and having the courage to say yes to them, that you might start doing so. Next, I want to share a little bit about time. I don't know about you, but as I've gotten older, I've just really come to recognize that time is my most important resource. Time to spend with the people I love, time to spend doing the things I enjoy, time to accomplish my goals, time to make a positive impact. And man, I sure never feel like I have enough time to do everything that I want or need to do. I have shifted my time thought process into viewing time kind of like a grocery budget where I have a set amount that I'm able to spend. And it's up to me to decide how am I going to spend my time budget. Thinking in that kind of math terms really helps me know when I should say yes versus no to doing something. I made a prioritized list of what's really important to me and where do I want to prioritize my time. And those are things like spending time with my friends and family, my kids, time for my own health and well-being, time to achieve goals that I've set for myself, time to explore new opportunities. And then I really work to be purposeful in my decision-making about time. For me, as I think about it, it's kind of like a math-based budget. It becomes much less personal, and it gets a lot easier to say, hey, I need to do the laundry, but you know what, I'm going to put that off for 2 days because there's something that's more important to me that I want to do now and where I'm going to spend my time. I found this very empowering. As an example, I usually walk my dogs with my husband every morning, and then after the kids go to bed in the evening, he and I will sit down and relax and chat or watch TV. And last night, we failed to walk the dogs in the morning. We had a conflict. And I thought, oh, I can't sit down and relax. I have to walk the dogs instead because I didn't get that done. And then I paused and I thought about it. And I went, wait, I like to walk the dogs. That is much higher on my priority list than sitting and watching TV. I still get to spend time with my husband, and I'll be doing something healthy for myself. And I like walking the dogs. And that little shift in kind of the purposeful decision making and thinking about how I want to spend my time really shifted that from feeling like a burden to me going, oh, I'm spending my time on where I want to be doing so. So I encourage each of you to think through how you plan your time and making a prioritized list of how you want to spend it. And I really hope that you put finding opportunities that you can say yes to, both on your professional and your personal time prioritization list. So I hope you find that's helpful. Thanks, Rebecca. I think we're ready to shift to stretching.
All right. Thank you so much, Lynn, for sharing your thoughts. I think connecting back to being purposeful, both in our work and our personal life, I think we get lost a lot of the times, just especially when we have big projects like Epic coming up and we lose that purpose. So thank you so much for your insight on that. I am going to take over the spotlight, so please give me a moment, everybody. And let's get ready to stretch. I'm lucky enough, I have a little space in my backyard today. We are actually working on our basement, so my house is filled with everything that was downstairs. Let's take a deep breath in. Stretch all the way to the top. Reach your fingers up tall, and as you breathe out, push it all down. Breathe in, reach to the top. Breathe out, push down. Breathe in all the way to the top. Push down. Breathe in. Last one, big reach. And as you breathe out, come all the way down to your toes, reaching down, down, down. As far as you can go, just giving yourself a nice, gentle stretch. You don't want to be in any pain, but a little discomfort is okay. Hang down a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, try to go a little bit further. Hold this right here. Hold the biggest stretch. 3, 2, 1, relax. And just hang. Take a deep breath in and start to roll your spine up. Roll your shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders a little bit. Keep rolling them back. And roll them forward. And we'll do a little shimmy. So drop one shoulder, lift the other. Shimmy. Shimmy. As you drop your shoulders, try to get a big stretch in your bicep right there. Drop. Drop. And last one. Let's get our neck involved. So let's start doing a few gentle circles. And then we'll go the other direction. All right, turn your head. Try to sniff your back. Just turning as far as you can without any pain. The other way. And now while we're here, I want you to look down, sniff your armpit. Look back to the first way, sniff your armpit. All right, let's get a little dynamic movement. Take a wide stance. And we're just gonna do a little squat. It doesn't have to be deep, but kind of deep enough, slow to get a stretch in those back of your legs. And we're gonna put some breath work in it, okay? Breathe in. Breathe out, sweep the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out and sweep the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out and sweep the ground. This time you're gonna come over and do a side stretch. If you can stay in the squat, amazing. if you're out of the squat, whatever feels right to you. Stretch, stretch. Let's do the other side. And come back. Open your hands out big. Try to get your fingertips to touch in the back. Give me a big old hug. Opening that chest up. Nice. Bring it back together. Hands come up. Same thing, but your hands are at a goalpost. See if there's any change in your stretch. If your hands are out or if they're up. Come back together, and this time your hands are going to be down. And one more all the way up into a big Y. Okay, nice job. Let's stretch out our legs a little bit. I'm going to have you take one step forward with your right leg, and you're going to start to lean on that leg, keeping the heel down on your back leg, feeling a stretch in your calf. Switch your weight. Put your weight on this back leg. Lift your toe up on that front leg and go down to wherever you feel that gentle tug. And we're going to switch sides. So now my left leg is forward, right leg behind, and I'm going to start to put my weight forward, pressing my right heel down. Switching sides or switching where my weight is. Bring the toe up on your left foot. Stretch the back of that leg. And come up. Let's do some hip mobility. So just give me a big hula hoop. And then switch directions. All right, put all your weight, or 80% of your weight, let's just do 80%, on your right leg. Bend it, keep your left leg straight, and just come down to a gentle bend wherever feels comfortable. You don't have to go far. If you are feeling like going all the way down, you do you, babe. But nice stretch right here on the inner thigh. Switch sides. Now I want you to kind of stand up, and you're just going to pop your hip up, both legs straight. See how the stretch changes. Other side. Let's bring our feet together. Deep breath in, go down and touch your toes again. And slowly roll your spine up, giving it a big stretch, each little vertebrae. Doing its own little job. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Back to the top, roll your shoulders back. Give yourself a pat on the back and a high five. Thank you again, Lynn, so much for sharing your Be Well moment. Everybody, I will pull up